What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Let's just jump straight into the topic of today's video. So today I actually wanted to talk about a post that I put up on my Instagram. Obviously I'll put it up on my on the screen as well. I had so much to write in the post that I actually wasn't able to write everything. Like, Instagram basically capped me and said you can't write anymore. I just kind of wanted to elaborate a little bit more on that picture and talk about the significance that it has to me, because there is a ton of significance. To me, it has so much meaning, and obviously with all of these videos, I hope that, you know, the meaning that I have from stuff like this is able to maybe resonate with some of you guys, or at least it'll give you guys some insight, because I love being able to make videos for people that might be losing weight to, you know, what they can expect when they do hopefully end up losing all the weight in the future. So that's basically what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. So the picture on the left, or like the first picture that you kind of see in the before and after, was actually 4 days before my Men's Physique show. So I was basically as lean as I have ever been. I was right around 180 pounds. And at that time, I was tracking every single ounce of food and liquid that went into my body. I was doing, 40 minutes on the stairs. At the time, like, I was forcing myself to do that, right? For, to prep for the show, which I'm not at all saying was a bad thing, but, that's just where I was at the time. It's definitely something that I don't look back at the show and think of it as a bad memory. It's definitely a good memory. It's definitely something that I'm very, very proud of being able to do. And like, I'm so happy that I was able to track that with you guys and show you guys all of that. And I was able, to document that and put it out here on YouTube for you guys. But I do know that at the time when I was, tracking every ounce of food that was going into my body, when I was, doing all of that cardio, in my head, I knew that I was like, this just isn't sustainable. This isn't something that I can do for the long run, and this isn't something that I know that I will be able to do, for years to come. And that was kind of scary, because something that I've always preached on the channel is sustainability. That is one of the most important things when it comes to weight loss, right? You have to find something that you can sustain in the long term. So for me, I was super worried about, like, what's gonna happen after the show? What am I gonna do? Am I gonna end up like going on crazy binges? Am I gonna not be able to maintain this diet? Am I gonna balloon back up 50, 60 pounds or something like that? Like, I was really worried about that, because you hear all these stories about people that compete for the first time and then they end up just gaining a ton of weight after the show because they can't control it. And I was really, really worried about that. And so I'm just really happy that I was able to, go from that. And like I'm saying, like, I'm not at all saying I was upset about being there. Like, I understood what I had to do for the show, right? Like, everything that I was doing at that time in my life was to get as lean as humanly possible for myself to compete on stage. And I believe that I did everything that I could. So I'm not at all upset about that, because I really, I set a goal and I went out to accomplish that goal. And what I had to do was, do a lot of cardio, track everything I ate, and that was everything I had to do to accomplish that goal that I set for myself. But again, like I said, I wasn't able to go out and eat with friends. When people would ask me to go out to eat, I would have to say no. There was a lot of sacrifices I had to make to compete for that show. Now, if we fast forward to the other picture that was taken today, this morning, with my Star Wars underwear, and I am basically like 20 pounds heavier. So I'm sitting at right around 202 pounds, 200 pounds. So I'm up 20 pounds from that first picture. Now, a lot of people might hear that, especially the reason that I wanted to film this video is this is kind of the point that I'm getting at. People that have a lot of weight to lose or have lost a little weight, it's always this thing where you're afraid to gain any amount of weight, right? Like, any amount of weight gain is scary, or is like, you feel like you're failing, right? If you're gaining any amount of weight. But I can honestly look at that picture and honestly look at myself today in the mirror, and I don't see myself as failing or like I'm doing something wrong because I've gained this weight. Like, I have improved the quality of my life so much by gaining that little bit of weight. Like, I can go out to eat with friends. I haven't had to track, for a long time. Obviously, I've just started recently doing it because I wanted to cut down a little bit, but like, I haven't felt forced to, or like it's something that I need to do. It's something that I want to start doing again, and for a long time in my journey, like, I felt like I was always going to have to track, and that I was always going to have to track every single macro. But now I feel like if I want to track, I can, and I know how to do it, and it's a really good tool that I have in my toolbox, but it's not something that I'm going to be chained to for the rest of my life, and that is so important to me. But going back to the picture, yes, I am able to go out and eat with my friends. I am honestly stronger right now than I've ever been. I'm faster. My engine is better than it has ever been. Like, I just genuinely feel healthier now than I did when I was prepping for the show. I feel right now that I am just a much more, I guess, just like more capable human than I was when I was leaner. And a lot of people, they associate leanness with being successful when it comes to weight loss. And like, obviously, if you have 200 pounds to lose, if you lose 150 pounds, you are in a better spot than if you lost the 200 pounds. Like or if you kept the 200 pounds on. Obviously, I get that, and I'm not saying that. You will get to a point when you're losing weight that you've reached where you probably should go, right? Like, you can't lose weight forever. And that's the thing that I want to bring up, is like, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, there is a time where you will lose all of the weight, and you kind of have to decide where to go from there. And I really feel like I've been navigating that space right now. Like, in my life, that's where I am. Is like, I'm at the end of the massive weight loss. Now I'm navigating, gaining a little bit of weight, learning to cut it off. And like, I'm not at all, and this is such a huge thing for me, I'm not at all worried when I see the scale go up 5-10 pounds, because I know that I know what it takes to cut that off. Coming from, being that person that had, my relationship with food my whole life has been messed up, right? Like, as a kid growing up, food was everything to me. It was what made me happy, was what made me sad because I was overweight. It was my comfort, it was my friend, it was everything. And my relationship with food was totally jacked up. And then, like I've talked about before, when I struggled with binge eating, like, it turned into, okay, I'm gonna start eating healthier, and I started losing weight. But then it started to I started cutting everything out, and food started to become this, it became the enemy. And in my eyes, like, I was afraid of food. I was terrified to eat food. And then, I dealt with that for a really, really long time. And then, I went through the bodybuilding show, and now that I've gotten to where I am now, it's just this huge, like, it's just finally come full circle, I feel like. And I really, when I saw those two pictures together, like, it just, I don't know, it meant a lot to me, because yes, I am up 20 pounds, and no, I'm not as lean as I've been before, but for me, like, it's just not the end of the world. I know if I wanted to lose an extra 5 pounds, I know what it would take, and that is just a really, really good feeling. I know this video is kind of scatterbrained, and I really wasn't planning on filming it until like right before I picked up the camera, but I had so much that I wanted to say to add to that post. But the main thing that I hope you kind of take away from this video is that those of you that are dieting or trying to lose weight, I just want to say, like, I know it gets frustrating. I know it feels like there's never going to be an end. I know it feels like there's so many ups and downs and trials and tribulations, and there's so many things that can go wrong. But I hope that, and I don't mean to say this in any way trying to put myself on a pedestal, but like, just look at me and what I've been able to do. Like, I just want that to encourage you and show you guys that, like, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, there is a time where you're gonna get to a point where you're like, whoa, I've lost all the weight that I need to lose. Like, what's the plan now? And I really want to encourage you guys that are losing weight. Like, there is an end, and like, you will get there. It just takes time. Like, it takes a lot of time. There will be mess ups, there will be ups, there will be downs, but just, stay consistent. Like, try to persevere, because I promise you, like, once you get to where I am now, like, I can't explain how cool of a feeling it is knowing that I've basically achieved what I was trying to achieve, and now I've already set new goals to where I want to achieve, other things. I want to be able to do other things with my body. So again, I just want to say, I know this video is all over the place, but thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I would love to hear what you guys think about this video, like what you guys think about, the topics that I kind of brought up. Are you guys losing weight? Like, what are you thinking? Like, can you even imagine, like, when you get down to your goal weight or whatever it might be, like, what are your plans then? Like, I would just love to hear you guys' stories and what you guys are going through right now. But again, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There's one other thing that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, look how buff I am.
Obey the warning signs, and when there are flashing lights or wigwags, don't attempt to cross until they come to a complete stop.